where I grew up. There was this little boy down the street. His name was Jimmy. They always picked on Jimmy. He being so little. And his dad was a drunk.
You're talking about yourself, Daryl.
One Christmas, Jimmy got a piglet as a present. He used to follow him around like a little dog. You know, waiting for him after school.
No.
And one Christmas, his dad says he wants him to kill the piglet. He wants to make it painless. He ends up hurting him worse. Stabbed it in the belly, in the back, in the legs, until it just bled out. And that pig screamed all night long. No one ever fucked with Jimmy anymore.
Ah.
Fais ce qu'il veut. Fais ce qu'il cherche. Dis-le.
Il pense qu'il peut utiliser le garçon pour te dire ce qu'il ne...
C'est gênant to get to me.
Yes.
We can't go through the front door. There's gotta be another way in. It's not possible. I think you might want to leave.
It's gonna get uglier.
Stay.
It's not the first time that we see Daryl doing that.
Tu n'as plus rien de rentrer. Mais c'est dangereux.
L'un de nous est menacé. Nous sommes tous menacés. Alors cette bataille, c'est ensemble, comme à la livrer. Faut défendre l'union de l'espoir. Going as one, come back as one. Allez.
You're motivating them.
Et toi?
You're afraid?
Moi aussi.
Sweet.
J'ai eu des sentiments amoureux depuis que t'as franchi tes yeux. Non. Ce que t'as eu là, c'est de l'inquiétude. Pour lui, pour Laurent. Tu l'as bien aimé?
Ouais.
Je viens de l'embrasser. C'était agréable, mais c'était un peu troublant aussi. Souvent comme ça, les premiers baisers. Je me suis demandé si je resterais pas à Paris.
I thought about it too.
Pour lui.
Enfin,
Je
alors,
pense qu'on faire et la communauté qu'ils sont en train de bâtir, et je me dis que toi, tu pourrais en faire partie.
I'm here to negotiate for the American. You have money. Japanese footbridge. I want that.
Quinn is a connaisseur.
Connaisseur, not connoisseur.
I'll have it then. What about the boy?
I'm not gonna have him, but I will keep looking.
Are you gonna understand that he's lying? But it truly means that he wants to keep Laurent to protect him.
Donc, Quinn est un homme de transaction. On va laisser cet enfant quitter Paris.
Pardon?
And I told you about his Eiffel Tower thing so we could get the reward.
It's thanks to you that... Okay.
You'll be with it. Take that. Keep him safe.
She's gonna help us, you know, because she doesn't want for Isabelle to be back at home.
What is that? Here's our family. Fucking great. This way. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna make a diversion at the real entry. Yes, you can't trust someone like him. Yes.
Fuck you, Mama! Where do we go? We go two ways. We go to the left. At the end is the top. A door? Yes, a door,
I'm sorry. And yes, he was confused by a trap in France. In a trap, it means, you know, a door under the floor, you know, something like that. When for you, a trap, it's bad.
I hope you get to go home soon. You don't want me here?
No.
I want you where you're happiest. What is it? You're nice, but you didn't want people to know that. You're a good kid. But I bet everyone knows that. Daryl!
Too good, too pure, too naive. Sometimes we do.
Right now.
Daryl should give Anna back her charm.
Let him go.
Just go. Go.
Let's go.
I knew you would help. Ooh, that's a good one. Come on, Daryl. Kill the dad, because really, it's so not necessary to the story, to anyone. Laurent is gonna ask you to not kill him. Ew. He didn't ask him, but he did it for him.
Let's go.
For the symbolic, that was great, you know, for Laurent to make a choice like that.
Genet a posté sa garde aux portes de la ville. Bientôt, on pourra plus sortir.
She's closing Paris.
Et voilà.
Isabelle! Thank you. The guy here overtaking the city.
You have to go with
We
them.
need someone with influence. Someone who can make sure that they'll let him pass.
You want to go back to your ex?
Yes, he'll do it for me.
No.
As if when we first stay.
Fine, I'll go with you.
This isn't
That's a better option. You don't need influence, you need protection.
I can stay here with him.
I'll figure a way out. Once I know he's safe, I will.
I guess this is it then.
Hope not. But if it is, I hope you make it home.
He will one day, but not
When am I
right
going
now.
to see you again?
Fais-moi confiance. D'accord, c'est Daryl qui t'emmène. Je te promets, il faut que je reste intime.
Viens avec nous!
Tu seras en sécurité avec Daryl. Il faut y aller. Il faut y aller. Allez.
Ne me laisse pas, Isa.
You're gonna ask
Au revoir.
for his protection,
On verra bientôt, ok?
his influence, you know, by coming back, but without the kid. I'm not sure of the logic behind it, even if I can see it a little, what she thinks. But for sure she's thinking wrong, you know. It's not gonna work. That's a touristic tour, you know. If you're coming to Paris, that's the best way, you know, to visit Paris, in fact. To really see a lot of things. To do one of these tours, you know, on a boat. Oh, when you know what he has on mind to come back. Yes, we have a little one. One day you're gonna come back to your own. I'm a little like that, with this episode. We had some great ideas, and for sure this character, this casting is playing really well. Madame Genet, she's really intense, like I promised you. The fact that the guy with the pigeons, he died. You saw it when we discovered during the previous episode that he was playing into this show. I didn't know it. I was so glad because I love this actor. And the character was nice, was sweet, so I was like, no! I wanted to keep him. I'm sorry, my neighbor is walking, into his garden, so it's gonna make, some noise at the back. I'm sorry for that, but I'm not gonna wait for him to end, to talk during this review. I can't remember what I was saying. I was saying that they made a lot of interesting things, during this episode. They made some interesting choices, and characters. The casting is playing really well, but I'm confused by some choices that they are making. Like I said, to make Quinn Laurent's dad, I still have issues, with that idea, because again, Lily and Isabelle, if they had something into their lives, their normal lives before the end of the world, it was really the relationship that they had. They had only each other, so I have trouble to think that Lily would betray Isabelle. Turned out that it was the case, it seems now to be something that we're not going to discuss at all. He is truly Laurent's dad, and right there he was ready to protect him. He lied to Genet about him, so yes, he is truly his dad. I don't like the idea, but why not? So we have that. Because of that, we had Quinn searching for the kid, Genet and Caudron that were also searching for the kid. They know now that it's not just a rumor, so they are not just searching for Daryl, they are searching for the kid. At some point everyone was searching for Daryl and the kid. Isabelle is choosing to stay at the end, and even if I can see her logic about the fact that Genet is closing Paris, so because of that they need someone with influence to be able to leave Paris for real. I'm really like, how can you think that Quinn is gonna accept? Okay, he wants you, but still right there he wanted also his son with him. So he's gonna be okay for Daryl to escape after Daryl attacking him, leaving him on the floor, after knowing that Genet is searching for him so badly that it can come with a reward. Also, Genet, she's gonna know that Quinn lied about Daryl, about the kid, so I'm really like, Quinn is gonna forget everything that happened with Daryl to have a personal revenge and all. The fact that Genet wants him so bad. He's gonna forget about his son, about everything that people are saying about his son, being the chosen one and all. Just for you, Isabelle. I know that the guy has an obsession with you, but I can't see a world, where really he's gonna do all of that, Isabelle, just for you. And she could have just tried, to escape Paris with Daryl and the kid, and if it was not working, to try to find a way to reach Quinn, Do you understand what I mean? Like, if really at some point Laurent and Daryl, they can't escape, they're gonna get blocked and all of that, before leaving Paris. Quinn, no matter what, is far away. So Isabelle being with him or not, Isabelle being with him or Isabelle being on the boat, I don't understand what changed right there, in the sense that no matter what, they need to find a way for Quinn to know about the fact that they were stopped, they were blocked, and then to intervene. Do you understand what I mean? If really she had that in mind, that the guy is so obsessed with herself that he would forget about all of the rest, about Madame Genet, about everything, just to help her, just because of her, her decision is logical for her, for what she thinks, but her decision for all of the story, for what we know of all of the characters, for all of what we know about everything which is happening right now, that's not logical, and I don't think that it can work at all. And the fact that Daryl is letting her go. We saw what he said to her, you know, the first time that something like that happened, you know, that Quinn was offering her something. Daryl, he really said, no, you're not gonna do that, let's go, let's move. And after that she said, you're not there to save me. Okay for that, but you know, for Daryl now to accept for her to go, you know, he didn't fight that much, that decision. I'm not sure that, again, it's really logical. Right now, not with the story, but with their characters. I'm glad that Laurent is gonna stay with Daryl, so Daryl is gonna stay involved, you know, into all of that story. I think that the best scene, you know, of this episode, in fact, it was the opening scene, that dream nightmare that Daryl made with Laurent praying, and because of that, you know, death avoiding him. Not knowing that it was a dream, I was like, okay, Laurent is gonna think that the death avoided him because he was praying, you know, all of the religious aspect, but in fact maybe it's because of his blood, when in fact, because it was Daryl's dream, it means that Daryl truly thinks that there is a religious aspect, you know, maybe he begins to have faith again or something like that. So that, for that, it was really interesting. In fact, we saw that the kid being surrounded by death, clearly they were not avoiding him. They were coming for him to kill him also, so it's never gonna happen, that thing. Now, Madame Genet, she knows about the kid. I was wondering if she knew about him or not, and she heard that rumor about him. She didn't know where the kid was truly and that he was real. What is surprising for me, and what is maybe not logical, is the fact that knowing about the kid, she wants to kill him, you know, because he's representing hope and she doesn't want for people to have hope. If you're truly making experiences on dead, you know, to find the solution and all, you should be interested, like her, you know, by that kid. Okay, she wants to continue to have the control of everything of France because her organization has the control of France. I talked about it in the intro, it's a little weird, but why not? If you want to continue these experiences and to really find a solution, so after that you can use that solution, I don't care, you're gonna want to use that kid, not to kill him. We had that little moment, you know, with Isabelle discussing with her friend, do you have feelings, you know, are you in love with Daryl? I really think that she's not in love with Daryl, but she has feelings for him because she saw that he's really protective and that he's a good man, you know, a good guy. And I think that she saw also all of the similarities that they have. She truly likes him, you know, but she doesn't love him. And same for Daryl. I think that both of them, they saw the connection that they have, but that's all. I'm not sure that, you know, during that little adventure in France, I think that I already talked about it, I want a love relationship for Daryl, maybe a little adventure and stuff like that, but love, truly, when it seems so important for Daryl to come back home and they are repeating it in each episode, and right there, how this episode ended, it was really to show that Daryl is keeping that on mind. Okay, he's right there, he wants to continue to help Laurent, to be there to protect the kid, he's involved into all of that story, like he's not gonna come back home soon, for sure, but no matter what, he has that on mind, and at some point he's gonna come back home. Everything, you know, is saying that for the character, you know, really. So that's why I don't want for him to fall in love right there, because I don't want for the girl to die, to be killed. I don't want for him to have his heart destroyed, you know, during that moment. I don't want for him to leave his love right there. I'm not sure, you know, of something like the girl traveling with him back to US, like she has her life right there. So that way, yes, an adventure, why not? But a love relationship, really, I don't think so. The Eiffel Tower, it was fun, you know, to see it like that. It was not so well done, you know, the Eiffel Tower itself, but all of the environment around, it was well done, you know, for the parallel with what is truly right now in France around the real Eiffel Tower, it was well done. So that was cool. And that was also well written for the fact that Daryl would think that the kid would be there, and also Quinn would know that through Anna because they talked about it. That was pretty clever, you know, for how it was written and for the clues that they put before. Anna, our character, I knew that she would help us. For Laurent, for the kid himself, but also because she didn't want for Isabelle to come back. So because of that, she would help the kid, you know, to be free, and she would do all of that. Now that Isabelle is back, I'm wondering, you know, how she's gonna be treated by Anna. Are they gonna be friends or not? Isabelle, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see her again during the next episodes, like it was not the end of her character at all. That's gonna be rough to see her being used by Quinn. We know what he has on mind, so that's gonna be rough. Yes, see, I'm really... About this episode, I don't know what to think about this episode because I saw some good ideas. The casting is playing well, but at the same time, some decisions feel a little weird. Sometimes they are logical with the characters and the characters' perspective, but they are not logical with the story, with really making a story, narrative arcs which are logical, which are working well, which can go far also, like... I don't know what to think about this episode. You know, before that, the first episodes, I always told you, I can see some little details, you know, which can be bad, but all of the rest is so great that really I can forget about them. Right there, this episode, it's more like a 50-50. I can see 50% of this episode which was really great and 50% of this episode which is not functioning, which is not gonna function, which is a little weird. I don't know. The boy also, the boy's attitude, I think that's it, it's beginning to annoy me a little. The fact that he's pure naive because he always lived, you know, with the nuns, so he doesn't know the world outside. The fact that everyone is treating him as the Messiah, so that's why he's acting like that. Okay. But the fact is that this kid, the thing about this kid that the writers said about him is the fact that he wants to be normal. So is it really logical for him to still act like he's the Messiah, you know, everywhere? The fact that he's so nice with people and all, it's cool, it's okay. But the fact that he knows stuff, you know, before them talking, the fact that he guessed that Quinn was his father, the fact that he's saying all of these deep things to Anna. You can say that he's clever, he's different and all, but right there it's not that. It's more a little creepy and a little annoying, you know. It's coming from nowhere and all, and I want an evolution for this kid, and I have the impression that he's gonna be on the same tone when right there with the little things which are happening to him discovering the truth, him running away in Paris all by himself, being confronted to the death, being that close to die, him discovering that he has a father and how his father is. He should begin to change, you know, he should be a little disturbed by that, and no, he's still on the same tone, you know, he's not moving. All of that thing, you know, about the naive and pure person who is so clever, who is really talking like that, knowing everything about everyone even before them talking, you know, really that Messiah figure, you know, for a kid, it can work for him at the beginning because he was living with the nuns telling him all of that and not telling him the truth, him not knowing about the world. Now that he's out there since a long time now and that he's discovering a lot of things about himself, about the world, he should change and he should evolve, you know, like it's not gonna be okay for a long time, you know, to keep a character, a kid like that. At some point it's not gonna be logical. Do you understand what I mean? And at some point, it's gonna mean that you're really gonna play with that Messiah thing a long time when I don't think that it can be great. For the kid, for his character, I think that it can be great and interesting for what it brings to the story, the fact that people, they have hope because of him, the fact that Daryl maybe is gonna find face again because of that. For the story and all of that, it can bring important and interesting things to have a messiah narrative arc. But for the kid himself, it's not gonna be interesting for him to stay like that, and it's not gonna be logical for him to stay like that, to continue to act like that. Do you understand what I mean? Tell me what do you think about it. Tell me what do you think about this episode. If you felt it, you know, like I felt it, like some things were not logical. And tell me also what do you think about Laurent's character, about his attitude, about a kid being like that. Is he beginning to annoy you also, or is it just me? Tell me. Maybe also it's because of the way that when they are talking French into this show, I can see that they are playing it like the old movies, the old shows, so it doesn't feel, you know, natural. It doesn't feel like everyone would talk, everyone would act. It really feels like they are talking like that, like in old movies and old shows. They are really taking their time to talk about stuff. And no, you know, it's like Daryl, it's like everyone else, you know, in the other shows, you know, from the franchise The Walking Dead, they should talk like they want, even if they are talking French. Maybe it's also because of that, you know, his story, him acting like that, with that tone of voice, with that way of playing, maybe it's not helping me also to not be annoyed by the kid. Can you feel it, that they are not so natural, you know, and that they are playing with that old-fashioned way? I'm not sure if you guys, you know, from other countries, you can feel it. Maybe you imagine, you know, that every French person is talking like that, you know, slowly and with that tone of voice all along. I don't know. Tell me. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video right now, so it's all for me and for you for today. So it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Crazy.